Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, free tuition. University of Iowa President Sally Mason weighs in on how the new program is helping hundreds of students. And we have an update on all flood mitigation projects.
And in sports, we go from game time to Stephen Ime.
Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jordan Mickle. Nearly 300 UI students are currently taking part in the first Summer Hawk tuition grant. The program allows in-state students to take up to 12 credit hours for free in the summer. While the grant is only eligible for students who were freshmen during the 2013 school year, UI President Sally Mason said it can help students further their education and cut down on expenses.
And I've always been very much performance and outcomes driven. So for me, it's really more about helping students graduate in 4 years or less.
The UI is the only Regent institution to offer a tuition-free program for students. President Mason also touched on the recent flooding and said the plan is for all flood mitigation projects to be completed by next summer. These projects will save the UI from placing HESCO barriers and other preventative measures on campus buildings, including Mayflower Residence Hall and the Iowa Memorial Union.
If we go through a third event, another one, actually it would be the fourth flood in 7 years if we had another one next summer, but we would be far better prepared to handle it going forward on a permanent basis.
And now we're going to toss it over to Mary Caldwell to give you a look at this week's weather. Mary, what can we expect?
Well, Jordan, the sidewalks around the river have been flooded lately, so they've been closing them off to us, and it's been really hard to get around town, especially if you're going around Dubuque Street. This week's weather is looking like it's going to be a lot better, though, so you should really just hold out for it. On Monday, it looks like we're going to be in the 70s, and there's going to be a chance of showers in this morning, but after that, we're going to be in the clear, because on Tuesday, there's going to be a high of 72, and it's going to be mostly sunny outside. And then again, on Wednesday, we're going to have a high of 75, and it's going to be some pretty sunny skies again. So we should just hold out for this next week, because it looks like it's going to be pretty cool and sunny. Back to you, Jordan.
Thanks, Mary. And with this weekend's thunderstorms, it has left Johnson County emergency managers keeping a close eye on the Iowa River. This weekend's flash flooding has made outdoor activities limited due to overflooding, including areas like City Park. With several inches of rainfall on Saturday, creek flooding is a concern throughout the area. And now we're going to toss it over to Tanner Segworth to get you updated with everything sports.
Thanks, Jordan. We have an update on Stephen Ime's run in this week's John Deere Classic, but first, an update from the Game Time League. The final games of this summer's Game Time regular season were held last week. Iowa's Sam Logic and the rest of the Clark Anderson team took on Brendan Unkeridge's 3-0 squad in the last game before the playoffs. Throughout the game, Logic racked up 7 assists and led her team with 30 points, but the lack of defense was what pushed the game in Unkeridge's favor.
It was just defense, you got to get stops. Didn't get enough of them. Like I said, we want to be able to push, so to be able to push, you have to get stops and make them miss so you can get the board and go.
Incoming Iowa freshman Chase Cooley led Unkeridge's team past Anderson's squad with 40 points. And today was the final day of the John Deere Classic in Silvis, where former Iowa golfer Stephen Ime made his first professional appearance. After shooting rounds of 7 under and 3 under par, Ime finished the tournament 10 under. He was tied for 27th. Brian Harmon shot 22 under to win the tournament. And finally, we move back to the courts where LeBron James has decided to bring his talents back to Cleveland. James announced his decision to move back to his home state via an essay he personally wrote for Sports Illustrated on Friday. James says he's coming home and hopes to bring a championship to Cleveland. That's all we have for you tonight. Check out the Daily Iowan for all Iowa sports coverage. Back to you, Jordan.
Thanks, Tanner. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into tomorrow's pages of the Daily Iowan. We have an update on the progress of the UI's new Papa John Medical Discovery Building. And the Chauncey Building may be shorter than expected. We'll get you prepared with everything you need to know before Tuesday's council meeting. Well, that's your most current edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check us out tomorrow night at the same time or anytime online at dailyiowan.com. Thanks for joining us. Have a good